Prince of Persia: The Shadow and the Flame certainly looks the part. The ancient dungeons and booby-trapped palaces of the 1993 original have been handsomely fleshed out with an extra dimension for this iOS remake. Our gymnastic hero has apparently been hanging out with the Forgotten Sands era prince, and has learned a couple of the youngsters' acrobatic moves, including a natty new backflip. He also engages in swordplay, which echoes the wait and parry system found in Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed series. Question is, how have those all-important controls translated onto the touchscreen? Well, you're given two options: a traditional floating joystick and button setup, or a gesture-based system. Unfortunately, neither option is wholly satisfying. The small buttons employed in the joystick option are a little fiddly and easy to miss, which is the last thing you need when you're trying to avoid spike traps and fatal drops. Some of the gesture commands, meanwhile, like the running and climbing motions, feel pretty natural. However, the necessity to hold down one finger and swipe with another to jump isn't ideal, and can fail at the most inopportune moments. On the plus side, the reinvented levels, which are inspired by rather than based on the original versions, feel true to the series' 90s era roots. They stretch out in every direction and, while not huge, offer a freedom not found in most modern platformers. Exploring the corridors and sussing out the route to the next door-opening pad is fun, even if the iffy controls make avoiding traps more painful than it should be. To compensate for the occasional untimely death, the prince can be revived where he falls by necking a potion. Some might see this as a bit of a cheap option, but it's better than being kicked back to the start after every control-related death. There's a lot more fighting in this sequel too, with enemies literally queuing up to stick something sharp into your royal hide. It's not long though before these time-consuming bouts fall into a fairly monotonous rhythm of waiting, blocking, and countering with a combo. As the enemy numbers increase, these steel-powered scuffles feel more like tests of patience than skill. In the end, while it's refreshing to see good old-fashioned platforming sensibilities on the App Store, the Shadow and the Flame's control issues make it more of a historical footnote than a port to remember. This has been James with AppSpy.com. We review, you decide.